I'm glad you're able to rejoin us for this interesting conversation. What are you concerned about the black press and where it's going and whether it'll be around?
Uh, well, the black press basically was not as well financed throughout its history as it might have been, uh, could have been more effective with more financing. And I think now we have situations where some papers are still excelling. Uh, some don't have the circulation that they once had, but in some way they are making it up with their websites and other opportunities. And I think the APRO has done a good job on that because John Oliver III, Jr. Was one of the early people to get into internet website business. It's sort of a hit and miss situation. Some of the papers not as influential as they once were. And there's a reason for that because a lot of the mainstream media are covering stuff that they once did not cover. But I think they're going to be around, and I think they're going to be in a position to bring some pressure at different points. You can't have a paper like the Afro-American painting a different picture on different issues when they are right, and have the bigger media ignore it completely, as they once did. Somebody has to say something about these things, and I think they do play a good role in that way also. But a lot of people still depend on those papers. And every week, I subscribe to the Afro, and every week I see something in there that I didn't see in the mainstream media. And I wouldn't be without my Afro in any circumstances.
When you look back at your other career, your career in journalism, how would you describe it?
I would say fulfilling to great degree. I got an opportunity to record some important history. I got an opportunity to support some people who were trying to make things better. I got an opportunity to challenge some people whose views didn't reflect the diversity and the need for diversity that we have in this country. So all in all, I thought it was a pretty decent career. I remember being down in Mississippi once, not too far from Money and those places down there, covering a voter registration thing. And his professor from Howard University was the guy who was in charge of a voter registration project at the time. And we were in this small church down there. And outside, there were all these KKK people and citizen council people shooting people's pictures as they went and all that kind of stuff. And, Farmer was there, and people from some of the other key organizations were there. So what was going on, people would get up and talk about the kind of problem they had registering and vote. They would sing songs, it was sort of like some of the old church services where people would get up and testify. And every once in a while, the city would run its fire trucks up and down outside with the bells clanging and all that sort of stuff. And eventually, this middle-aged guy got up, and he was telling people how he had got turned away when he tried to register and vote. And he had been living on a plantation there for, I guess, most of his life. And he was telling people now that his guy he had worked for all these years was telling him that he had to get off the plantation. He got no job, got a wife, children, nowhere to go. And in the end, he tells the people, don't worry about me. You guys just keep going down there and try to register to vote. And those kind of things you ran into out there, and they just encourage you to do what you were doing on behalf of people who were actually carrying the burden.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you because there are a whole lot of generations of people who follow you and admire you and appreciate what you've done.
Well, I want to thank you because I've watched your career, and you're one of those guys who tell it like it is and don't mind doing it.
It doesn't get any better than this. I am here with one of my idols, and I'll never forget this day.